Okay, so this is Darcey. So she's here with me for another school day. Darcey is extremely extreme and okay, and she's getting better. There is improvement. So the extreme behaviour with Darcey is very reactive to sounds, to people going by the bottom of the fence, the garden, demanding attention, barking at her owners, and very aggressive, nervous, reactive with other dogs that she sees on a walk. And people sometimes, she reacts to people too. So I normally use a slip lead. As you can see, this is one of these Gen-Col things. So I've invested in one of these because although I can use the slip lead and I get the response I want, it's clear that not everybody can. And the point is, you know, the dog spends more time with you than he or she does with me. It's got to be something that works for you. And the slip lead is actually causing a bit of a problem for Darcey's owner. It's causing, because Darcey does get strong. Yes, she's only little and wiry, but my God, she's strong. She's strong because she's reactive, fight or flight, survival instinct. You know, their life depends on it, so they give it their all, and she's strong. So it's causing a problem on a physical level for the owner, elbow problems, hand problems, blisters. So I am getting the response I want on the slip lead with Darcey, but I'm using this to see if this makes it a little bit easier for the owners. So I've looked into it. I don't mind it so much because it fits. It fits right under here. So with my concern being about collars and the neck, it's the neck of the dog, this sits right up here, which is under the jawbone. That's exactly where I want it to be. And it comes up, and it comes up behind the ears, okay? Right up behind the ears, which is where I need the lead to be. And I still get my vertical line down my arm, down the lead to where the dog needs to be at my feet, not in front. So I'm still in the right position. I've still got that very clear give and take motion, so I can give the checks exactly the same. It just means we have that extra control around the nose. So whereas normally I would readjust the lead and make sure it remains at the very top up here, sometimes the lead slips down, so I bring it up so it sits right up the top. With Darcey, what I will do is just adjust this so it isn't too tight around her nose. That will only come into play if we absolutely need it to. So I'm still getting the same motion. I'm using the checks in the same way as I would with my normal slip lead, but we've got more control of the actual head, okay? So it should make it easier for the owner. I can't have the owners, you know, in pain while they're trying to walk the dog. So that's not going to solve the problem for anybody. So that's what we're doing with Darcey. So I'm just testing this out with her for the first time. And we passed a couple of dogs, different dogs, with different people on the walk. And one of the situations was the worst situation. We were at the traffic lights waiting to cross. So the lights were on green for the cars. We were stood one side, the other dogs were the other side. They started barking. I'm not saying they started her off, but I'm saying they possibly picked up on her energy because she started to prance. She started to be very fixated. They barked, so she started barking. So we got dogs either side of the road barking at each other. So yeah, when the lights changed, I went diagonally away from the dog. So that was a standing situation where they've got the eye contact, the tension's building. We can't just walk immediately through it. We've got to wait for the lights to change. Not ideal. What you want to be doing is walking at a steady forward pace. Even if you have to go really, really slow, just keep moving forward when the dog's getting into a heightened state of mind. You've got to walk them through it. Standing still will make it worse. Okay, so since then we've walked past another dog. They were approaching us. Yes, she looked, she fixated. I was giving her the checks on the lead. I was giving her a couple of the sounds just to try and keep that mind from okay, nice and relaxed. I changed direction just to get her attention on me, and we walked past the dog. And yes, she tried to turn around and look at the dog, but there wasn't any lunging, there wasn't any barking. She was fixated, she was leaning forward, and I was constantly giving those checks on the lead. Every 3 or 4 seconds I was going and giving her that sound, and we walked past. The more we can do that, the more we're desensitizing her, and we're not making a big deal about it, we're remaining calm. So we're building her confidence in us and how we deal with things. We are being the leaders, we're being the alphas. That's what she needs to see. So my first walk with her this morning is this, me and her, one-to-one. I'm just getting used to this lead with her. I'm happy with it, to be honest. I'm happy with how clear that movement is, so I'm getting the clear give and take. She's listening to me, and I'm holding her, you know, one-handed. It is easier. There's, you know, I don't like to use the physical strength with those slip leads. Sometimes you do have to be a little bit strong with the hand, but this is, you know, much easier. So hopefully it'll be easier for the owner as well. So I'm going to carry on doing this, carrying on the roads. This is just a park I'm in at the moment. I'm going to go back onto the roads. So we're going to have the traffic going by us and hopefully pass other people or the dogs, and just get the real feel of this lead and get Darcey used to walking alongside and taking direction, no matter what we meet, seeing here on sort of road walk, you know, walks, not just in the field. So I'll catch up with you later when we progress to the next stage. All right, bye.